But we start with NBC News correspondent Jay Gray, who's on the ground in Fort Myers, Florida. Jay, good morning. More than 400,000 people across Lee County, that includes Fort Myers, are in those mandatory evacuation zones. From what you're seeing, are people taking those warnings seriously? What are you hearing from residents there?
Yeah, Joan, it's been good to see that a lot of these areas are basically empty where the mandatory evacuations are in place. We were out on Fort Myers Beach yesterday in Fort Myers downtown, and it was really a ghost town, which is great news. You know, the people here understand storms. They've been through many and recently been through some pretty tough storms. We had Helene, and that's still an issue for a lot of people here. But 2 years ago, Ian, which really ravaged this entire region. And I think this storm escalating so quickly and moving in really got their attention. So it's good to see that a lot of people have decided to move to higher ground, move to a shelter, just make sure that they get out of the way of what is a monster storm and still building, by the way, as it heads towards the coast.
As of yesterday evening, we know the Fort Myers mayor said the city dump site for debris from Hurricane Helene, Jay, was officially closed. Were they able to get those streets cleared? It's a real concern. All that debris could be missiles, battering rams when the storm surge and the wind comes.
Yeah, Christina, I mean, it's a great point, and they were very aggressive in trying to clean up the mess that was left behind by Helene. And they did get a lot of it clean, but not all of it. And that is a big concern for a lot of people right now, that you still have these piles of debris. And in some areas, we're talking piles that are 2 stories high, if you can imagine, especially out on Fort Myers Beach. And so that's why it became much more critical for people not only to leave the area because of the wind and rain, but because that debris can become projectiles and be very dangerous.
So, Jamie, parts of Florida's Gulf Coast are going to start to feel the impacts from Milton in just the coming hours. First the rain, then winds later today. For those who've moved to shelters or even those who are staying put, what types of resources are available?
Yeah, right now what we're hearing is there are 13 shelters available in this area in Lee County, and many of them open to pets too, so that's very important. A lot of people at times say we don't want to leave if we can't take our pets, so they've got a place to go. What they're telling you is to make sure you bring at least 3 days of clothing, of medication, and just the essentials that you may need. Bring a pillow and blanket if you can as well. The resources available to those that are riding it out will be response teams, but they're also very quick to point out, Joe and Christine, that once the wind reaches about 40-45 miles an hour, you're riding this out on your own if you've made that decision. They'll get in and help you as quickly as they can after the storm passes, but they're not going to put responders in harm's way to get to you during the storm, and especially at the height of the storm.
Important information there. You know, in an interview with MSNBC yesterday, the mayor of Fort Myers also said he's never been more worried about a storm in his life. And he was a police officer in the city for more than 2 decades. What are officials' biggest concern at this point?
You know, it's very interesting because I talked to Mayor last night as well, and he was in Ian, said Ian was the worst thing he had ever seen as far as the storm is concerned, and that he just felt worse about what's coming his way. So there is a big concern, not only for the storm surge, which could be massive here in the Fort Myers area, but also the wind ripping apart some of the areas that are barely pieced back together after Ian, and then that wind-driven rain that's just going to push into areas where it's not supposed to be. And so it's really a triple threat here with the wind, the rain, and the surge, and it's at a height that we don't normally see. This is a storm, like I mentioned earlier, that is seeming to gain intensity as well as a larger wind path, or a footprint, if you will, as it moves toward the west coast of the peninsula right now. And so that's something that's very disturbing for a lot of people. If there is a sliver of a bit of good news, it's the fact that the speed of this storm has picked up a bit. And so it's not going to linger. It's going to move across rather quickly. But when it does, there's a big concern, Christine, Joe, that it's going to leave quite a mark.
All right, Jay, thank you for your reporting. Please continue to stay safe throughout the day here.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.